Today's very latest news coming to you first from the fabulous Pattaya Media Group here in Pattaya. And if you could like and subscribe, that would be amazing. Thank you. In Suphanburi province, just north of Bangkok, a complete workforce of 23 are reported as dead following an explosion at a fireworks factory yesterday. The 3 in the afternoon detonation reduced the factory building to rubble, leaving the fire brigade and medics with the arduous task of searching through the afternoon and night in the hope of finding any survivors. But that, we're told, is futile, as the strength of the explosion was large enough to blow contents and more to over 50 metres away and into neighbouring fields. Reports indicate that the factory was a considerable distance from any other structures or homes and was fully licensed. An investigation is now underway to try and establish the cause, but is unlikely to be fruitful as all recording and data was destroyed. The factory owner, who by chance was away from the premises, is said to be assisting fully in all inquiries. Thailand's Constitutional Court has found a former transport minister guilty of concealing his shares and ownership of a construction company which was awarded several contracts by his own ministry. A member of the previous government, he was removed from office a little under a year ago after the accusations were made. Ousted in a parliamentary debate by opponents, he was duly removed from his position, and he told the press yesterday as he left court that he accepted the ruling and awaited any punishment. Former Prime Minister Thaksin, previously living in exile and of late in a police hospital following his return to Thailand, has been told that he can now serve the short balance of his sentence in his own home. Hospitalised since his August 22nd return, thus avoiding regular jail, it's hoped that his ailment, which prevented him from entering any regular prison community, will quickly be overcome and lead to a recovery. He qualifies for controlled release, as with his reduced sentence, he's effectively served a third of the time due, and due to age is entitled. Anyone who remembers the 2008 demonstrations at both airports in the capital that led to flight delays and chaos will be interested to know that the criminal court this week dismissed insurrection charges against the 32 activists, seeing a handful fined just 20,000 baht. Thai media reminds us that at the time hundreds of thousands of passengers were left stranded here and globally, seeing the first major use of utapao as an alternative. And in Aranya Pratet, the Royal Thai Police are overseeing an inquiry into how or why the widowed husband of a woman found to have been killed by drowning made a false statement of confession to police. It's now clear that it was a TV reporter who found the CCTV tapes that proved that not only was the husband innocent, but that she'd been beaten and drowned by a gang of errant youths, including the son of a local prominent cop. The woman was sadly a sufferer from mental issues and was attacked by the young teenagers after they had taunted her, and she'd thrown a bottle in their direction to drive them away. All 5 now are in custody. The appeals court this week in the capital have extended a prison term handed down to an off-duty policeman who ploughed into a doctor on a pedestrian crossing in the capital 2 years ago. The doctor died at the scene, leading to the more visible markings nationally for crossings, but the cop got just a year in jail, reduced from 2, as he'd pled guilty for vehicular homicide. That now has been amended to 10 years, reduced as is standard here by 50% to 5. He also admitted that the bike he was riding had no insurance, was unregistered and had no number plate. A mother elephant, known as a cow, surprised Phetchabun rangers this week as they were expecting her to be vicious towards them when a team approached her stranded calf. That, though, wasn't the case, as Mum obviously realised her offspring was beyond her help, stranded in the mud pond and unable to get out. Instead, she stood by watchfully as the team hauled it to safety, and of course to the comfort of a hug from its mother's trunk. Meanwhile at home, and promises have been bandied around for a long time that the planned outdoor sports stadium to the east of the city would soon be finished, now we're told it'll be ready for use by November next year. Delays, payments, contract issues and more led to the site resembling a modern-day ruin of a Roman amphitheatre. Repairs and renovations are said to have brought it to a state from which new work can continue. And CCTV footage shows a stupid motorcycle and sidecar driver nearly being crushed by a train, and that's led to a new warning that ducking under dropping barriers to try and beat the trains is extremely dangerous. Video clips this week along the railway road show a local man doing his best to get to the other side as the train approached. Authorities have repeated warnings to all not to try, as the timing of the barrier drops is set to give a safe break before the train approaches. In this case, the driver may have been drunk as he rode up and into the barrier, with the bike almost passing underneath it and he getting whacked on the head. All lost in translation? Well, not quite, as a Thai-on-Thai error made media headlines this week. This is a Thai woman went on social media to tell all that she'd ordered a cake for her newborn. It seems that she ordered it online with instructions to have the message "to Makin, her son," written in white. That was duly done by the cake maker and delivered. When she opened it, the gâteau clearly had the message "to Makin" in white. Sometimes you just can't make it up. And with the reminder that a video version of our news is available at our website, and the Met Office promising highs of 30 dropping down to 24, the real feel of 34, a pleasant day with clouds, but with sunshine as well.
Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or program, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.